Alola everyone, and welcome to the top 8 of the 1v1 Metronome tournament for Bracket A. Not only will it be the entire top 8 in this one video, it's also going to have commentary. I normally don't do commentary in any of my PBR videos. I used to do that way back when I started the videos. Haven't done it for a long time because I thought it takes away from it, and also it requires more time and effort to do the recordings. So, two things for today is, I'm going to provide commentary. I hope it adds excitement, but after you've watched the video, please let me know if it added something for it. If it added to the excitement, or if it did more distracted from it. Because I'm thinking maybe a few more tournament or metronome style videos I might add to add a bit of commentary, but most of the time I think I'll still stay away. Now let's take a look at what our top 8 looks like. Let's take a look at the custom passes. In the blue corner, we start with Aron. All of these Pokemon have survived 5 rounds. Well, technically, Aron's only survived 4. Aron was one of the few lucky Pokemon to have a bye in round 1. Aron defeated Ursaring in round 2, Rampardos in round 3, then a small one, Execute, in round 4, and then, most recently, Raticate. Actually, I started with the wrong one. Aron's in the back. Alright, we're starting at the back for it. That is what Aron did. Before Aron, we got Beldum. Beldum was the one who took out my ex's favorite Pokemon, Mareep, in round 1, and I was sad about that. Beldum took out Mareep, then Shuckle, Cloyster, Porygon Z, and most recently, Chimecho. Beldum will be facing Weepinbell. Aron will be fighting Corsola. And it's Paris. Where's Paris? Here's my Paris. Paris beat Ivysaur in round 1, Krabby in round 2, Shelgon in round 3, Dragonite in round 4, and then Seadra in round 5. So 2 dragons, 1 dragon-like Pokemon. One of the few Pokemon that can still evolve that are still in there. I like that there's quite a few of those still there. And we have Scizor, who beat, let's see, Scizor beat Rhyperior, Wobbuffet. I remember Wobbuffet transformed into Scizor, I think, that fight. Togepi, Snubbull, and most recently Meryl, who are their opponents. Well, Scizor will be fighting Sableye. Sableye defeated Shelder, Machoke, Suicune, Honchkrow, and Metang to get here. Sableye did knock out one of Beldum's evolutions. Aron can still evolve twice, so that would be exciting if Aron wins. It beat Unknown, Luffdisc in round 3. Aron actually beat Shedinja, I believe it was with a Lava Plume attack. Shedinja, a very unique battler. Aron was able to find the way to defeat it. Stunky and Seeking were beaten by Aron as well. And then, I'd say one of my favorites for the Bracket A title, Weepinbell, who had their sibling v sibling mirror match against Victreebel in the previous round. I love that it came to that. Weepinbell beat Azurill, Tentacruel, Sudowoodo, Metagross, so another Beldum Evo knocked out, and then Victreebel. After Metagross, can they now knock out Beldum? And then Corsola is the final, and Corsola will be fighting Aron. Corsola had a bye in round 1, and then beat Castform, Spinarak, Teddiursa, and most recently Sharpedo. Now, I did predict Sharpedo would make the semifinals. Sharpedo was the only one remaining that I had predicted that would make the semifinals, so unfortunately I don't get those points in the predictor. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? Let's get started. We're gonna do the entire quarterfinals on Main Street Coliseum. Then we'll swap the teams around a little bit to go for the semifinals. Semifinals will take place in Waterfall Coliseum. And for the finals, I feel like it's appropriate. We're not going to do the next Coliseum. We're not going to go to Neon. It'll be at Stargazer Coliseum. And even that is just a 1v1, as it's always been this tournament. Which means it could be over with one memento. It could be over with one well-placed cross chop or fire blast. Free battle. 2 players, please. 1 Wii remote. Main Street Coliseum. I guess you have a little bit of an idea of how I set things up. You're gonna get to see most of it. Maybe I'll do slight cuts. I don't even know how I'll edit this. 1v1 characters at the start, because those are the battle passes that I use the most. This one's exciting. I'm really excited about this. Hope you are too. So I just select the first one, confirm, select the first one, confirm. And here we go. First quarter-final match. Both have survived 5 rounds already. Need to win 3 more times for the Bracket A title. And then remember, after Bracket B is concluded, 1 more fight for the overall. They've already survived 5. Can they survive 3 more for Bracket A, 4 more for overall title? Scizor's lower level, but it's still faster. Scizor starts Furry Swipe, so yeah, one of the reasons many people think Sableye can go far is because of its 3 immunities, and the fact that it doesn't have a weakness in this game. Fairy type was only introduced in Gen 6. No weaknesses, 3 immunities, not that many resistances. Scizor is part Steel type, which immediately comes with a bunch of resistances. Although, it being part Bug does change things, and it does have a 4 times weakness, so just 1 Lava Plume, Flamethrower, stuff like that could be the undoing. No! Secret Sableye! Is that commentator's curse? Or was that just nice commentary and Sableye heard me? I think Sableye heard me. I'm sorry, Scizor. I'm sorry for telling Sableye how to completely obliterate you. Sableye goes to the semifinals. Next up, ever since round 3-4-ish, there's a certain Pokemon that came to the front that I really liked. Considering it's 4 times weaknesses, I didn't think would survive this long. So Aron, do not use Lava Plume. It is a really bad idea. If Paris, Aron, and Beldum are the 3 Pokemon that are still in the first form of their evolutions. Beldum and Aron can even evolve twice, which is exciting. Weepinbell's in the middle stage, but I just like Weepinbell's design, so I'd be okay with Weepinbell winning it too. But Paris is my favorite. Sorry, I'm a slightly biased commentator. My fully favorite Pokemon comes in Bracket B, so I have to wait for Corsola.
It's time to think about a cautious battle strategy.
Aron gets a start. Let's see if Aron heard me.
The red corner makes the first attack.
Strong move, but that's 4 times resisted.
A big hit already.
Actually, very recently I used Paris alongside Parasect and 4 other bugs in Generation 1 in Pokemon Blue for the Forever Lock. And even though that was streamed a few days ago, this video is probably going to go out before the Blue finale, the VOD anyway, so if you haven't seen that finale streamed from the Forever Lock, that's going to come in the next few days. So Paris, Parasect, Butterfree, Metapod, Beedrill, and Weedle against the Elite Four. How do I do that? Effect Spore, and that is one of the reasons why I think Paris is one of the better Pokemon, even with its 4 times weaknesses. That doesn't really help, but stuff like Effect Spore, Static, Flame Body, Rough Skin, it's moves that have a certain chance to activate on contact or just deal damage on contact with Rough Skin that I feel like are really good in a tournament like this where sure you have your big hits like your Draco Meteor, your Wood Hammer, your Flamethrower crits on the Scizor, but a lot of the hits will be tiny. Scratch, Constrict, Arm Thrust that's fully resisted or like 4 times resisted. And then the recoil, you have the recoil stuff, or the damage that comes from rough skin, the multiple chances for stuff like static to activate. And this is good from Paris as well, because even though we've seen in this tournament, due to the level balancing, and some of the fights can still be quick, and due to weaknesses and stuff like that, but a lot of times it's also just really tiny hits, and you wear a Pokemon out over time, like Paris is doing now with Aron. Ingrain healing Paris every turn could undo the little bits of damage that Aron could deal to Paris every turn. Let's see what Aron can do. They have a disadvantage, but it could very well change. Both of these Pokemon 4 times weaknesses. I said it about Paris, but Aron's 4 times weak to both fighting and to ground. Sandstorm is gonna basically undo the Ingrain. But it does improve Aron's special defense for 5 turns. Big damage from Leaf Blade though, that's a good stab move. Because the Sandstorm damage will be dealt, Ingrain will heal it, so you could say Ingrain undoes Sandstorm. But knowing the Ingrain, the heal is there the entire time, this is the way that Aron does deal 5/16 of Paris' max health is damage over time. That's not going to do a lot. But it's a bit of damage. And Paris will end the turn with that amount of health due to Sandstorm as well. So, oh, even if it's resisted. It's not enough because Paris is special attacker shit. I got too excited. And then you get the announcement of the move, and usually that only comes up when it's a KO. Or when it's resisted, and it actually doesn't really get you that far, but it just does the announcement to be cool. So I was a bit too excited too quick. The moment I heard the announcement, I'm like, yeah, KO. Nope. Oh, that is a 4 times super effective move. Paris, do you have Sky Uppercut? I know Paris is at near full health. But that is still a 4 times super effective move. I think it's 85 power, 85 accuracy, something like that. Paris only needs 1 more decent hit. But will not get there even with effects for activating twice. And activating to sleep. It wasn't enough. The Pokemon with 2 4 times weaknesses that is still in its first evolutionary stage and will move on to the next round is Aron. And hey, something I completely forgot to mention when I went through the quarterfinalists. But remember how I was really excited about Weepinbell versus Victreebel in the previous round? You know what a potential final matchup is, and still is due to Aron winning. Aron versus Aggron. Aron just has to win 1 more time, and Aggron needs to win twice. Aron goes to the semifinals, but has a dangerous opponent in Sableye awaiting them. Quarterfinal number 3. 2 other Pokemon that can still evolve. One of them in its first of 3 stages, the other in the middle. The last remaining of the Beldum evolutionary line. It's Beldum itself. Against the Pokemon that beat their older sibling just in the last round. Beldum versus Weepinbell, let's go.
So we're sure to see a great battle. The battle begins!
Weepinbell knows how to use fire moves because the last one. Ooh, Magic Code. That could be interesting if something like... does it work on Will-O-Wisp? I think it does. I know it definitely works on stuff like Stealth Rocks. Spite. It's unlikely that it'll come to anything. Because they do have 3 PP up, so basically PP max on this at 16. And they're holding a Leopard Berry, so effectively, it's 26 power points. But stuff like Spite, and sometimes also, I think actually, does Pressure affect it? I don't remember if Pressure affects Metronome. Or it considers the called move, and the called move isn't actually on the move list. I don't remember. Well, there's very few times we've seen... Well, we've seen Struggle a few times in the tournament so far, but that's very often due to stuff like Torment and, what's the other move in Prison? I don't think we've seen it because the power point's running out. in tournaments I've done in the past, we have seen it, but then it's usually double battle tournaments. Speaking of that, I've done 2 tournaments in the past where people could sign up. I make a sign up page, and actual viewers, you all, could sign up using that sign up sheet and make a team that I would put in the Metronome tournament. The first Metronome tournament, you could just choose whatever Pokemon you want, and the people that chose stuff like Dialga, Giratina, Garchomp won, because some people also chose stuff like Pikachu, Zigzagoon, and Absol, who are just a lot weaker, and everything was level 50, everything was level 100. Heat Wave. That's big. My idea. Let me know what you think of it, because I'm really excited about it. After Bracket B, maybe? Or that's a long time away still. Maybe during it I'll start accepting signups already, and keep reminding people occasionally to sign up. I'll allow people to sign up again, so don't sign up in the comment section of this yet. But you can definitely express your interest. 2 big moves, Beldum into the semifinals. Weepinbell is down.
The results are in. The blue corner pulled off an impressive victory.
So you could basically just choose 6 Pokemon, but I'm not gonna do it like the second tournament where you're limited to, let's say, 1 big legendary or stuff like that. I don't even remember exactly how I did the second one. No, I did it. You had to stick to a certain average base stat total. So you could pick really big legendaries, but you have to then also take really small things like Azurill and Sunkern. Here, like for this tournament, I've done level balancing, where I feel like it's still a slight advantage to the bigger Pokemon, probably. Very slight, but it's not much. It's a lot more on, well, still a bunch of luck, because it's Metronome, but a lot more on typing and ability than anything else in the base stats. So you could choose 6 Pokemon. They will be level balanced exactly like in this tournament. So if you choose Arceus, it's going to be level 53. And if you choose Aron, it's going to be level...
This is an important
66. Corsola would be 81. So that's how it would be. It would be a double battle tournament, full 6v6 matches. I would like to do group stages, probably 4 people per group. That's probably the best the thing I can do. I used to do 16 people tournaments. That's what I did for the first 2. My channel has definitely grown on Battle Revolution since then, so I feel like I can definitely get more than 16 people in. The unfortunate thing is, you can make only a limited amount of battle passes on this game. So what I could do... You know, let's say I do a 32-person tournament, which I'd love to go for. But then... what was I gonna say? I was trying to focus on the match. I can't make all the battle passes at once, so maybe I do the first half of the tournament, and then let's say I save the winner, the winner battle passes, then only make the second half of the tournament, stuff like that. That might be how I do things. I'm not exactly sure. It sort of depends on. Let's say I do a longer sign-up period than maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Maybe I do 2 months worth of sign-up period, just with like sometimes I'll make that sign-up sheet. And the people can sign up, and even if you forget about it for a long time, you've already signed up, so you're gonna be in. And then if I, let's say, I have 27 people in, then I know I can aim for that 32, or if I get anywhere more than 16. Although maybe if I have 20, I'll try and figure something out where I do 4 groups of 5, and then the best 2 of each move on, something like that, like group stages, and then into single elimination after that. That might be what I do. That's enough talking about random stuff like how I do on stream. I said I would focus on the matches, and that's the intention for this commentary in the first place. So I'm sorry about that. Agram, what do you got? Defenses were just boosted. Gonna use Confuse Ray. Wasn't that the move that Corsola used to beat Sharpedo with? It was some kind of confusion move. Then Sharpedo hit itself a confusion 3 times in a row. High attack, low defense. Sharpedo was done for. But Corsola then counters with accuracy lowering.
Its accuracy fell.
Agon's good physical defenses. Corsola being confused, but his defenses are increased. Lowered accuracy in Agon. This match could take a while, but we could also suddenly see a Leaf Blade that just hits. Hammer Arm hits, that's a big one. Not quite enough. The defense boost really helps for Corsola.
Its speed fell.
Aggron's speed fell, meaning it might go after Corsola next turn.
Corsola uses its move.
Reflect. Corsola really doesn't want to take any physical attacks from Aggron.
The battle has
Corsola seems to be able to handle confusion a lot better than Sharpedo did. And not just the accuracy lowering, it's a sleep. It's already basically worth it because Aggron skipped a turn. Any extra turn is really nice for Corsola. Okay, so Stockpile, Reflect, Charm. They really don't want Aggron to damage them with physical moves. But with that sleep, Reflect is eventually going to run out. So Corsola, are you also going to play offensive? Something like Recover or Aqua Ring would be great at this point. Magnet Rise. Still ground moves, but there's also some special ones. What do we have left for Reflect? 1 or 2 turns?
Sleeping.
I think
The
2.
end of the battle is getting closer by the minute.
That's a special stab move. Is that... Wow! This sets up Aggron not even to be able to do physical attacks, including accuracy drop, puts them to sleep, and then decides, oh, people don't think I can attack. Let me bring out a special stab move. Octillery, thank you for that. Kabow. Corsola to the semifinals, which means we will not see another sibling versus sibling fight. Aggron does not move on, so it will not be Aggron and Aron in the same fight. 4 Pokemon remain. So I'm gonna switch the battle passes around for just a second. We no longer need Scizor. Nor Aron. And actually, this battle pass doesn't... Actually, does this battle pass... No, I think Beldum did win, right? Yeah, so Beldum will remain on this battle pass. And then this battle pass needs Corsola and Aron. Yeah, so these ones stay. And then I add to this one Sableye. Swap them around with Sableye and Beldum. Yeah, and it's Corsola and Aron. That is correct. As I mentioned, the semi-finals, we are moving to Waterfall Coliseum. 2 matches. It's a semi-finals. Even though technically it's the quarterfinals now of the tournament. Because I had to split it in bracket A and bracket B because Challenge, which is where I have the bracket, doesn't allow for more than 250 participants. Likely not to overflow their own system. But there's 493 Pokemon in Generation 1 through 4. So I did the first, I randomized the order of all of them, put the first 250 in the first tournament, and then the remaining 243 are in the second tournament. So a few more Pokemon with buys in round 1 in that one, in that second bracket. Who do you think? Tell me. Who do you think will make the finals? Will it be Sableye with its immunities? With its no weaknesses? Or will it be the final Pokemon? Actually, this is not the final Pokemon remaining that can evolve twice. It's not only that there's 2 Pokemon in semifinals now that can evolve twice. Both of them are Steel type. And with Steel type having many resistances and still having the Dark and Ghost resistance that was only removed in Gen 6. That could come into play for them too. Semi-final 1. Sableye. Aron. Let's go.
The relaxing waterfall seems to be heightening.
Is it going to be a quick one? Is it going to be over after many turns? Sableye goes first for a change. Roleplay. Takes the sturdy just in case when a KO move comes out, but with Sableye being actually no, Aron's higher level, isn't it? Aron is higher level, so Aron's the only one that could even hit one KO move to begin with, which would be 35% chance to hit. Let's start with a Shadow Force.
The move can't hit.
Feint attack hits a lot, but not for a Shadow Force. Aron with a little wiggle walk, almost 50% damage on the Sableye. Good start for Aron. Will the invincible Sableye be beaten today? Reversal, that's 4 times super effective. Crit! Sableye was still above 50%. That would have been below 50% from the Shadow Force. That would have been a KO. Just not, but still massive damage. Very good. Aron has such a cute block.
A small hit.
His little legs. Doing little jumps.
Aron desperately holds on.
That's a big one for Sableye. Sableye knows how to do the 4 times super effective crits. He did that with Flamethrower too.
But this is not a favorable.
Not a lot of damage, but that was about half of Aron's HP. So another one of those, and Sableye's in the finals. What did I predict would be the semifinals here? The Nidorina Roselia? I predicted Roselia would win this bracket. I know Nidorina would have been in Sableye's spot. I don't remember where in the bracket exactly Roselia would have been. Sharpedo was my 4th semifinalist. Unfortunately, Sharpedo lost 2 rounds too early. Refresh.
Both corners moves
Doesn't have a status yet. I often mix up. I've recently mixed up refresh and recycle. Recycle gets your item back. Refresh is what gets rid of stack. Oh, that was a 10% dodge for Aron. That would have been a KO. But it's luck like that that can change it. You can do so many strong moves, but if you do a bunch of things like Hydro Pump and Fire Blast, you can hit a bunch and get easy wins. You could just miss them on a really low chance, and you're out of the tournament. You've only could pull a 1 KO move even though you're way in the lead, and that's just it. Both on super low health, both a small hit could do it. Sableye still goes for a stun spore. You want to go for damage, that Sableye? Is the invincible Sableye about to be beaten by Aron? No, that doesn't work on ghosts. Any move could do it now on such low health, you know, especially with a 4 times super effective Pokemon, that any move could do it. Technically, well, a lot of moves could do it. Any turn could end it, I mean. And if Memento could happen at any point. And at this, and here, if Aron does something like self-destruct, it's over. Ah, that's 4 times resisted, that's not gonna be enough. Good flinch though. Another half of that HP gone. Doesn't flinch. Is Aron gonna take it? It's close. Air Cutter, it's not a special attacker, but that might be enough. It is! It is! The invincible Sableye has been knocked out. And we have a Pokemon with 2 4 times weaknesses that can still evolve twice. Just a little baby. Into the finals of Bracket A. Aron has won 7 battles already in this tournament. Just 1 remains to claim the Bracket A trophy. Just 1. Which Pokemon will be the opponent? I should mention some single elimination tournaments have a match for 3rd place. That does not exist here. Not even the losing finalist of Bracket A will face the losing finalist of... Actually, no. I will make the losing finalist of Bracket A face the losing finalist of Bracket B, because then it's an overall thing, and I want to award that bronze medal. Here, though, not. So it won't be Sableye against the loser of this. Beldum. Corsola. Who will face Aron? Will it be 2 steel types that can evolve twice? Or will Corsola, the final remaining Pokemon that cannot evolve,
and now the battle begins.
Get up there? I was always hoping for it to be a small Pokemon that would win it all. I was excited for some really big Pokemon. I was excited to see what Mewtwo would do, what Arceus would do. Arceus lost, I think, in round 1 already. But I was excited what some of them would do. I was excited about Pokemon like Sharpedo and how Rough Skin would help. I thought Hippowdon would get farther than it did, just due to Sandstorm. I think it's a really useful ability. That didn't happen. I think it actually lost to a Rock or Ground type who wasn't affected by Sandstorm. Anyone can get beaten. Some resisted moves. That Steel type resistance really helping. The Steel type and its resistance is really helping Beldum there. There would have been almost a knockout. Accuracy has now been lowered on Corsola's side. And its ability has been suppressed, but I don't think what does Corsola have? Like, what are even its possible abilities? Hustle? I don't remember at all. Hyper Voice that misses. Would have also been resisted, thank that it's Steel type, but misses even better. More survival chance. Swallow doesn't work with that stockpile. That's something Corsola did in the last battle. Corsola, what do you got? Doom Desire, we see it again. We've already seen it once this video. There was a period where we saw it loads. We saw so many Doom Desires. Low kick, that's super effective. Of course, it's not that heavy. No, it really isn't. And of course, it didn't even set up those many reflects and charms and stuff like that to lower the physical damage. Although charm wouldn't work on Beldum because of the clear body ability. Bite. Gonna be some nice damage. Unresisted. So that's basically the damage I would put with Wood Hammer. Flinch chance doesn't happen. Beldum Leaf Blade. Haze, that gets rid of all stat changes, I believe. Which includes the accuracy drop on Corsola that Beldum put on a few turns ago. So that wasn't great from Beldum. Swallow that doesn't work in that. Icy Wind. Tiny bit of damage only. But it's a tiny bit of damage, and in Metronome battles, it's little hits like that that add up. You saw how Aron ended up winning with Air Cutter, which really doesn't deal a lot of damage, even against Sableye.
An impressive move.
You may not be too happy with that damage if you're rooting for either Pokemon, but to get the opponent closer to the end... I forgot about the desire for Doom from Corsola. The Doom desire has been granted. And your second Bracket A finalist is Corsola. I would love to make it a best 2 out of 3. Or a best 3 out of 5 or something like that. But I do not consider that to be appropriate. The rules should stay the same the entire tournament. Corsola stays on this battle pass. Aron goes to this one. Who will win Bracket A? I really like how Corsola's done things in the last few matches, but yeah, even though my favorites were knocked out, even some of my recent favorites like Paris and Sharpedo, I am gonna stick to what I felt from very early on, and I want to see a lot of little ones make it. So in this big battle that may still take one turn, because there's a Pokemon with 2 4 times the weaknesses, there's a Pokemon with 1 4 times the weakness. We'll see what happens. It's a fight that could take 1 turn. It's a fight that could take 12. But it's a fight with a lot at stake. And we're gonna go to the biggest stage that we know in this game. Mysterial's Stargazer Coliseum. I'll let the intro music play for the Coliseum and then get going with my commentary again once the moves have gotten underway. The finals of the tournament. Bracket A. The Pokemon that will sit on top of that throne, awaiting the entirety of Bracket B, which has yet to start. By the way, I'm taking like a 2-3 week break after this before I start Bracket B, but don't worry, I will start it. Which Pokemon will wait on that throne and be able to scout out the competition, to scout out their opponent that they will face for one more single 1v1 battle. Aron or Corsola.
Millions of stars flicker in the night as we stand on this meteorite. An exciting battle is about to begin in a world of illusion created by the Poketopia Master. The battle begins! It hits!
2 hits, but 4 times resisted on the physical side as well, which Aron can definitely handle. Aron, what is your opening bout in the Bracket A finals? Ingrain on turn 1, that is huge. We've seen quite a few battles already where it was little hits and little hits and little hits. And sometimes big hits, but then little hits again. Aron versus Sableye was very much one of those. Just imagine if one of them had used either Aqua Ring or Ingrain. Turn 1, turn 2, they would have easily had the victory. With maybe over half their HP remaining. Rock Blast again. Resisted move. This time only 2 times resisted. But again on the physical side, only hitting twice out of the 5 that it can get. It's some damage, but it's not a lot for Corsola, especially with Ingrain active. Corsola needs more. Again, Doom Desire. That is how Corsola got into the finals. Will Aron be able to deal enough damage over the next 2 turns and beat Corsola with their own move? Not like their own move because it's Jirachi's move, but it's the move they got into the semifinals with. Goes to the max health. Not even waiting for Ingrain, knowing that Doom Desire is coming next turn. I don't believe it's a certain hit, but it's a likely one. Egg Bomb. Again, 4 times resisted. Ingrain is active. Aron does not mind this, but we know, like any stuff like Earth Power, Surf, especially Surf being Stab for Corsola, that's not going to have Vital Throw that's super effective. And we're getting Doom Desire at the end of the turn. That's a big turn for Aron. Nearly full health. Oh, Doom Desire didn't work. No. It missed Corsola. Aron still with the advantage, but that could have been so much more. Snort, Corsola, you're not asleep. You're not that bored of this fight. If you're bored of this tournament, just do one more battle. That Skull Bash is going to be resisted, but it boosts Aron's already impressive physical defense. Max health from Ingrain. Corsola, what do you got?
First strike.
Vacuum Wave, 4 times super effective and special.
Such amazing power.
Just a 40 base power move, not increased by any stats. Stab. 2/3 damage. That is what Corsola needs.
Solid hit, but this is not a favorable matchup.
Both down to about 2/3 of their, 1/3 of their maximum health.
The end of the battle is getting closer by the minute.
Very similar. One move could end it. Safeguard to protect them from status. Aron. Revenge! Super effective!
Nicely done. The red corner
Almost. Aron, I thought they had it. Corsola, is this going to be your final attack?
Desperately holds on.
Aron just needs a little move. Air Cutter might not cut it here. No pun intended, because Corsola resists the move, unlike Sableye. But it's so close. Corsola needs something now. Something we haven't seen, which oh, that would have been it. Aron with another dodge. Aron had that last round against Sableye as well, the 10% dodge that would have destroyed him. What? Aron got a 10% dodge in the semifinals to get to the finals. Aron survived the finals with a 30% dodge that would have obliterated him even from full health. And then decides, I am going to show my absolute dominance. Horn drill for the win. Wow. Wow. I love that. Some little hits. Aron took the advance. It got close. I said, Corsola, you had one more move. They pulled out a focus blast. Aron shows that you need to have the luck. 2 4 times weaknesses. But they did it. This little guy won bracket A. Ladies and gentlemen, having survived 8 grueling rounds, Aron is your bracket A champion. I'm gonna remind you of everyone that Aron beat. Let's look back in this bracket. Aron beat Unknown, Lufdisk. Aron was the one that took out Shedinja. Then it was Stunky. I believe that match had to be redone. I was actually going to bring that up in the finals. Either of them could pull out Explosion to force a reset. Unless, of course, the opponent didn't faint. We've seen that a few times. Where either a winner or even the person who looked like they were losing used self-destruct or Explosion, forced a reset. Or something like Aftermath, forced a reset. Because I count those as a draw for this tournament. So Aron beat Stunky in round 4. Seeking in round 5. Round 6, Paris. Round 7, Sableye. Round 8, Aron. Sorry. They beat Corsola. They are Aron. What? Sorry. I thought of an idea a few weeks ago where the winner of the total tournament, so bracket A and B together, I would compile a list. Well, compile all 9 of their battles, or 8 would someone have come from a bye in round 1, and put them in one champion compilation video. But I feel like, considering we're treating this as a championship victory, I should do that for Aron. Please let me know in the comments, would you be interested to see all of Aron's 8 battles in one video? To celebrate this little guy's victory over 249 other Pokemon. And to beat over the other 243, all Aron needs to do is wait a few months for a single Pokemon to come out of that bracket B and then beat them. Once again in Stargazer Coliseum. So, I suppose. Would you like to make a prediction, everyone? We've seen 250 Pokemon. Which of the other 243 will be there to fight them? Will it be the evil Dusknoir? Will it be the wish-making Jirachi? Will it be cute little Burmy? The sturdy Bastiodon? Porygon? Porygon 2, who, by the way, if Porygon and Porygon 2 win their round 1 matches, they face each other for immediately a sibling versus sibling fight. The ruler of space, Palkia, Garchomp, Wurmple, Tyranitar are in the next bracket. Kakuna versus Dialga. That's going to be a match that I'm very much looking forward to. I am rooting for Kakuna 100%. Not only do I root for the little ones, it's little ones versus the big ones. If they can beat them, that would be great. That's why I loved Spinarak beating Darkrai. Parasect and Magikarp will be facing each other. Skitty against Gastrodon. If Skitty wins, they fight Wailord. Like a good amount of Pokemon fans will know about the Skiddy on Wailord thing and how they are able to breed due to being in the same egg group. Skiddy can breed with Wailord, yes. If Skiddy beats Gastrodon, they fight Wailord round 2 because Wailord has a bye. Deoxys, Gengar, a Combuskin, a lot of starters. Cascoon is there. Zapdos. My favorite Pokemon, Kolava. When does Kolava come into play? Kolava is going to come in match 37. So we're just going to do the count from 1 again. It's going to start with Shellos versus Starly. And I'll make sure to make it EC Shellos because EC Shellos is so much better than West Sea. Match 37. So that's going to be with 6 battles each video. That's going to be the 7th video. The start of the 7th video. Munchlax versus Quilava. Munchlax will be the opponent for my favorite Pokemon, Quilava. I really hope Quilava will get far. Quilava doesn't have something like Effect Spore, no Rough Skin, no Sandstream. It just has to have luck. Do you think Aron can win one more match? We'll see if Aron can do that a few months from now. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Let me know in the comments if you thought this commentary was did well. If it added something to the excitement of the videos, and then I intend to bring this back at least for the top 8 of the other bracket. And then maybe for some other Metronome tournaments, we will see. Definitely if I do the tournament that I was referring to earlier in this stream, earlier in this video. Show your interest in the comments. I'll make a sign-up sheet, and I'll talk about it a few times in Battle Revolution videos and post it in community posts and in my Discord. You can sign up for that, and then you can be in that tournament. And I'm gonna commentate on all of those. And with how it will be balanced with the levels, I'm really interested to see what strategies people come up with. I'll probably still say maximum 1 Pokemon, like maximum 1 Weather Setter. That is something I did come up with, because otherwise you could really focus on, let's say, all the Weather Setters, and then like 3 Sandstorm Pokemon and 3 Sandfield Pokemon. That's a bit too much control. You're allowed to have a Weather Setter, you're allowed to have Effect Spore, you're allowed to have Rough Skin. But the Weather Setter will always come out last. I will say that part. So Groudon, Kyogre, Snover, Abomasnow, Hippopotamus, Hippowdon, Tyranitar will always be last sent out. Because especially Sandstorm and Hail have a very strong effect on a battle. If that comes out early, that's a massive advantage if you build your team around it. Let me know if you're interested in the comments. I'll see you next time. Make sure you always remember that you are worth it. Aron, 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 Aron.